Hi, I'm Connor Bearden, and I've been an academic athlete since my first day of high school. My role models taught me that I should always have the right amount of balance between academics and football, and I did it. What's important to me is when you go out there, you go 100% and you try to make a difference every play. I go out there, not only am I having fun, but I'm taking names, and I love doing it.
Well, Connor's he's a very committed football player. He's the mainstay of our offensive line. He started on the offensive line for this will be his third year of being a starter on our varsity team, and he's really become a leader of our unit. He does a good job in the classroom. He works extremely hard at practice. He's there when we need him, and you know he's a guy that the others look up to, the other players on the team, and when it's crunch time and we're out there on the field of play and you know it's getting tough, it's getting difficult, Connor's the type of guy that those others will look up to. That's definitely a trait that as a head coach you look for in young men, and Connor provides that for us. I think most definitely Connor can play at the next level. Well, I think anybody that would be willing to take a chance to, you know, get to know Connor and give him a chance as a football player would definitely see the things that we've seen in him. And you know, I know he would work hard for them, and he would contribute to their program. So I think it would be a very good investment on their part to give a young man like him an opportunity, because I know he's not the type that would ever let anybody down. You know, he's going to do what they want him to do, and he's going to do what's necessary to help them become successful. So.
All right, my history with Connor is I've coached him for the last 3 years here at the Ingleside High School. Been his offensive line coach and the offensive coordinator here at Ingleside. Being the best that he can be. Connor is a self-motivated young man, and he likes to excel in what he does, whether it's on the field or in the classroom, because he's a good student as well. Well, before the game, we have position meetings to where myself and other coaches talk to the kids, and he helps in the meetings and goes over the game plan that we have and helps other kids if they have an issue on any last thing. But he stays focused pretty good. Connor excels in practice as well. A lot of people do not like practice. Connor does well in practice. He's one of our top lifters in our strength and conditioning program. He holds a lot of records in our strength and conditioning program, and he gives all the effort out in practice as he would a game. Overall, what Connor brings to the table is he's an excellent student and football player. I mean, it's not he's an excellent athlete and doesn't do good in the classroom. He is overall a good kid. He carries an A average, and then he's an all-district football player. I mean, he's what you would want as to be a part of your college program, because you're not going to have to worry about him not doing his homework and stuff like that. He's going to excel in the classroom, and he's going to excel on the football field. So he's what you want in your program.
I'm a steamroller, baby. I'm gonna roll all over you.
You know, if you had to go back, the last 2 years have been very fundamental to Connor and I. We've grown very close in the last 2 years. He was a sophomore when we started growing together, him as a player and me being able to coach him, and he started coming upon the fact that he could play offensive line for us. And so that's when the growing started. So the last 2 years, we've been pretty close. Oh, Connor likes a challenge. You know, all you got to do is throw a challenge out there in front of him and tell him that maybe you can't do that. And well, yeah, he'll give it his best shot to prove you wrong. So, you know, we're always poking at him that way. So he likes a challenge. You challenge him, he'll challenge anybody on the football field anytime. I mean, he likes to do that. Weight room, shot, discus, whatever. He likes to compete. But if he sees someone outdoing him, nah, that doesn't set too well with him. He wants to be, you know, at the top if he can. Pretty much he's quiet, and you know, you can tell that he's in deep thought, and then as we grow closer to time to play, then he starts spilling out to his teammates, and we're making sure everybody's ready to go. But a lot of focus. He's focused on what he's trying to do. And of course, you know, he wants to have a great ball game. And this all started back when he was a sophomore. And that's why I mentioned the last 2 years. He grew. His freshman year really struggled, man. Sophomore year, and he knew that we needed him on the offensive line. And we presented that challenge to him. This is when we learned about him. You know, we got to have you play. You need to become a player. We're a little short-handed. And he did. And probably a pivotal game, we told him, and we were playing a district game, and we told him, man, this linebacker is really, really good. And he's going to be across from you most of the night. You know, it's going to be a tough night for you. Well, long story short, he really had a great night. He pancaked this guy, put him on the back twice. I think he drove him out of the back of the end zone one time just because there was the challenge. There he is. And he grew up right that particular night. And he realized he could play the game. You know, you have pivotal moments in your career that you realize that, hey, you know, I can do this. And that was one of those nights that he figured out he can do this. Well, he understands that, you know, if football doesn't work out for him, your knowledge of the world is, and he's got to pursue a career other than football, and he knows that. He's balanced that way, so he would love to play. But he also realizes that, you know, you've got to have both. You know, you and I both know that sometimes it's upside down. You know, people think they can go out and go to college on their athletic ability, but they don't have any academics to back it. You're not going to be successful. Connor understands that that's important. So he brings to the table the fact that, you know, offensive linemen aren't necessarily dumb. He's pretty smart. He's going to make somebody a player if that's what he wants to do. He really will. I mean, he's going to go out there and give it his best shot. And I know that. I mean, he's one of those guys.
I'm Connor Bearden, number 67, and working hard is what I do. I'm Connor Bearden, number 67, no shoes, no shirt, and I still get service. I'm not gonna...
No shoes, no shirt, and I still get service. Why? I work out. I work out.